Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brett Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. And how about we check the numbers for Tobias Harris?
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Johnson is out there with Hayes, and it's Williams at the 3 slot. And for Detroit, inside for him, it's Harris and Duren. Cunningham is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr., and it's Thompson in at the 3. Entering the home stretch of the season, GA, how excited are you for the play-in tournament?
Oh, it's a lot of fun, Kevin. You can go from a 10th seed to making the playoffs. It makes this part of the year that much more entertaining.
Now here's Johnson. Extend a screen on Harris. Johnson outside. 5 to shoot. Launches from deep. Duren pulls it in. Hardaway against Johnson. Duren a screen. Launches a 3. And Tim Hardaway Jr. for 3. Hardaway has got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Pistons. Outside Williams. Pass to Johnson. No good on the 3. It's Thompson off the drive, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, Tobias, too strong. Gets inside, not going to be denied.
And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that bad boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the bad boys.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Now here's Hayes. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game.
Like to see more of that from Hayes, leaning into his confidence when he's playing in that area on the floor.
Duren against Claxton. Duren the pass to Cunningham. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Williams with the ball, picked up by Thompson. To the paint. Harris against Johnson. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Brooklyn with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, looking at his face right there, you can tell he's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of trepidation right now on that team's sideline.
Stewart's checked in for the Pistons. And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Oh, that's offensive interference. Beasley's checked in for Detroit. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Wilson's checked in. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Screen by Claxton. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Pistons. Over Hayes. Cunningham gets the bucket.
And the confidence growing from this young guard, Cunningham, dropping in the jumper.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
And it's Beasley in the corner. Pass to Stewart. Misses the three.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And here is Johnson. And here's Hayes. His last outing, 16 points for him. And Claxton throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Hardaway. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. No good from Beasley. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Johnson against Hardaway. The Nets working the ball around now. Johnson with the bounce pass. Johnson finds Hayes. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson sends the screen for Hayes. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Pass to Duran. Outside Hardaway. Cunningham, a screen on Johnson. Inside. Cunningham's shot is off.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Here's Johnson. Now Hayes. Johnson sends the screen for Hayes. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
It's exciting to look at a young player like Killian Hayes, who's got a lot of raw potential and is still fighting to find his way and how he's going to make solid contributions to his team.
He's off on the first. So for the Pistons, Holland, he's checked in for Duran. Asar Thompson comes in for Hardaway. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cade Cunningham. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Beasley outside. Good on the three-point shot.
More and more as a reliable spot-up shooter. Beasley with the feet set knocks it in.
Pass to Hayes. Sharp with a screen on Schroeder. Down low. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Here's Holland. The 3. The rebound by Sharp.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Hayes. He's guarded by Schroeder. Shot on the wing. Hayes, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Tie game in Detroit. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
We've got Dennis Schroeder. Holland is out there with Asar Thompson. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Beasley in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And that one falls for Holland. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 1. Now an update on Tobias Harris from Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David, what'd you find out?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer of the Pistons gave us some information. He said it appears to be a moderate wrist sprain. He will not return to the game, and he may not be back on the court for a couple of games so he can heal up. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. Now here's Schroeder. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Holland. Rebound by Williams. The net shooting 43% for the game. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Pistons trail by 4. Pass to Stewart. Stolen by Wilson. Here's Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Holland. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Schroeder. And again, unable to change momentum here. Pass to Wilson. On the wing, Williams. Covered by Beasley. Count it. And now it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, don't want to body him up. He's just too fast as Schroeder's able to get it done.
Nets leading by 6. Outside, Russell. Beasley against Williams. Over Beasley. Again, the Nets for 2.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Schroeder against Russell. To the inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Stewart not shy, getting in there to draw fouls and make the defense smother him. He can take that.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
For the Pistons, Simone Fontecchio. He's checked in for Holland, and Cade Cunningham subbed in for Thompson. And so Stewart nails both of them.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Claxton the pass to Russell. Good on the triple. Russell's got 6 in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
Well, you know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game.
Well, when you're super creative like D'Angelo is, playing in the pick and roll becomes a really fun game within the game.
Cunningham against Martin. Stewart with the screen on Johnson. Beasley for three. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
To the middle. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good. A different look here for Detroit. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. Thompson comes in for Malik Beasley. Hardaway is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. That one is no good. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his 2nd season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
That one good for 2.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Shot from the wing. Shot by Johnson, no good. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. The shake going inside. Does not find the basket. His 3rd miss. He's made just 1 so far. Pass to Johnson. Here's Claxton. Johnson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams for 3. Detroit with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he knocks down the first one.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And so he makes both from the line. Now Cunningham. 11 points for him in that last game against Denver.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. With J.B. Bickerstaff, Coach, what will be the areas of emphasis on defense in the second half?
but we got to do a much better job just being physical, fighting them deep down in the post. We got to be very aggressive early, not letting them get deep post catches, make them have to kick the basketball out and not take those easy buckets.
That is doing your work early, and we'll see if you can do it in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Brooklyn Nets. So, guys, what are your keys for the second half of a close one like this?
Rebound, passing, shooting. I think those will be important.
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Brooklyn Nets.
The way they have owned the paint, not only will they win the game, they might not even sweat in the fourth quarter.
Good news is we have great AC here in the studio, so we never have to sweat.
It's so cool in here.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's 5. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Johnson is out there with Hayes. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. Here's Stewart. Out to Thompson. Pass to Cunningham. Down low. Another shot. Turin. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Turin's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Pistons. Johnson against Hardaway. Back to Johnson. Pass to Hayes. 6 to shoot. Over Cunningham. Hayes, no good. Pistons trail by 6. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Cunningham outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Cunningham's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. We take a look at the Pistons. Right now, the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And checking out Brooklyn, they're 5 spots away.
And right now, for the Pistons, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
Here's Claxton. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. He's got 9.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Cunningham. Drives to the hoop. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cunningham's got 4 points this quarter.
Ignoring the defense and cutting to get the shot. That's a great play from Cade.
Pass to Williams. Beyond the arc. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And Thompson kicks to Stewart. Now here's Hardaway. Stewart, a screen for Hardaway. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Hardaway has got 8.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Williams looking over the floor. Claxton a screen on Thompson. Williams for 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And when it comes to Jalen Duren, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regretted not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical and strong and can rebound and gives you a different presence on the inside. Going to struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, they can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
Pass to Johnson. Makes it off the glass. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Cunningham inside, working on Hayes. Brooklyn leading by 6. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, "I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career." Kevin?
Yeah, DA, you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. And JB Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Holland, he's checked in for Stewart. Fontecchio's coming in for Thompson. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cade Cunningham. There's 1:26 left to play in the third. Russell against Schroeder. Beasley outside. Just 5 to shoot. There's the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Johnson against Beasley. Pass to Russell. Three-pointer. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Schroeder. Wilson with the block. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Stewart's checked in for Duren. Martin's checked in for the Nets. It's Beasley on the wing, covered by Martin. No good from Beasley. Brooklyn leading by 8. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Russell against Schroeder. Now, here is Russell. Guarded closer. 4 on the clock. Fires for 3. And no good that time. And so it's Brooklyn in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And Brooklyn has possession. They're leading by 8. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Holland is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then it's Simone Fontecchio. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. That's the group for Detroit right now. Nailed from 3-point land.
Yeah, there's not a lot of spots, at least in the last couple of years, that we've seen that Russell is not confident in firing it from.
Stewart, a screen for Schroeder. It's good.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Brooklyn leading by 9. Pass to Wilson. Here's Russell. He's guarded by Schroeder. Russell against Schroeder. From 12 feet out. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Russell's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Schroeder with the drive. Lays it up off the glass. Schroeder's got 4 points this quarter.
Just fantastic work from Schroeder there, getting a whack on the drive and still finding a way to complete the play.
Nets passing it around. Russell from long range. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Fontecchio passes to Schroeder. The 3. And that one's good. Fontecchio. Fontecchio's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Wilson. The drive by Russell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
It's D'Angelo forcing the issue right there, trying to find a way to draw contact.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
Well, the 3-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
Whether it's points, steals, or passes, Russell is out here working hard to give you what you need.
And so Russell hits them both. Every team eventually goes through a coaching change, Brent, and how jarring is that when it happens, for instance, in midseason?
Well, Kevin, it can be pretty devastating for some teams, but for other teams, that change could be refreshing. And a lot of times, if the coach has had a longer tenure with the team, you can feel like a fish out of water with a new voice coming in.
Nets leading by 11. To the paint. Here's Johnson. Banked in off the glass.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Beasley finds Cunningham from outside off the mark. Brooklyn's gone 2 for 2 from 3-point land to start the 4th quarter. Johnson can't get it to go.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Cunningham's shot is off.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively. Good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Stewart's checked in for Detroit. Asar Thompson comes in for Malik Beasley. And a change for the Nets. Williams, he's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. Coach told his guys, lock in. This is it. Leave everything out on the floor. A simple message down the stretch. We'll see if it resonates. Guys?
Thanks, David. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Johnson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. 15-point game. Claxton against Duren. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Brooklyn leading by 15. Here's Hayes. Claxton, a screen on Hardaway. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duren's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. High post Stewart. Hardaway against Johnson. Lobbed up there for Thompson. And another turnover here by Detroit.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Brooklyn.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Nick Claxton.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Stewart, a screen for Hardaway. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Johnson outside. Johnson outside. Claxton, a screen on Stewart. 6 on the shot clock. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And so it's Detroit with it. Beasley right side. And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Reed. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Nick Claxton.